The Purdue Board of Trustees have endorsed a 14th consecutive tuition freeze. 14 years of tuition not rising at a major public research-based university. That's a pretty amazing feat. If you've got a student who's been through Purdue in the last 14 years, and we've had 3 full classes come through of 4-year undergrads, and we'll be halfway through the 4th after this, it's great for your pocketbooks. I think some faculty and staff have pushed back a little bit, saying that we're doing a little bit of throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's definitely some truth to that. As in all things, there are the two extremes. And the reality is somewhere in the middle. Are some programs and services? Absolutely. I have no doubt about that. Is that everybody's intention? I don't think so. I don't think anybody is out there nefariously going, we got you now. I think that they want to do the best for everybody, but for students first. It is a university. And again, that's a pretty big deal. So for the 26-27 school year, the base undergraduate tuition will stay at $9,992 per year for Indiana residents. That's less than $10,000. So tuition, just tuition, no housing, room and board, anything like that. You can get through a 4-year undergrad at Purdue University for less than $40,000. That's a pretty impressive thing to say in the year 2025. And then $28,794 per year for out-of-state students through 26-27. So the chair of the Board of Trustees, his name is Gary Lehman, he quoted as saying, and I quote, "It may seem like we automatically approve annual tuition freezes, but I assure you that is not the case. When they are presented, we thoroughly and thoughtfully consider them, working closely with the Office of the Treasurer to ensure they are feasible. We are pleased to endorse President Chang's request," end quote. Again, I think everybody is out there doing the very best job that they possibly can. Is there the law of unintended consequences sometimes? Yeah, absolutely. But that's pretty big news. But the reason that I bring that up is, one, because Purdue is a pretty big entity here in the Greater Lafayette area, and two, a lot of the housing-related stuff that we have talked about and will continue to talk about has been driven so much by the narrative of Purdue University being so successful and their admissions ratio just being off the chart because people want to come here because of the quality of the overall Purdue program, because of the tuition, of course, and because they're qualified. And so we wind up with a shortage of beds at Purdue University, pushing students out into the community that is already pressed for housing here in the area. And it's just this domino effect that just keeps going and going and going. Yin and yang, good and bad, right? More to come on that. But also attached to that news is the university has announced a 2% merit raise for staff at the university. Now, I know a lot of staff at the university. It's hard not to here in the area, and they would argue that 2% does not keep up with inflation. I will not argue that point. Amen. You're absolutely right. But go take a poll of what's going around higher education right now, April 7th, 2025. I think it's a little scary out there. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of negative. There's a lot of attacks on higher education from multiple angles, from some from the public, some from politicians. To get anything is better than nothing. Now, should we be like Oliver and please, may I have another? No, I'm not saying that. Something, Purdue University continuing to try to move forward and make some sense of the world that we live in right now, I think is a good thing. Hit the like and subscribe button.